Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that I can at least say I have been waiting for. Can't really say about you guys, but I'm glad you're here to join us. But today I've been looking forward to for quite a while to be able to mill up an elm log, and I've had one that I've located probably a couple years back. And this thing was so big there was no chance of me ever getting it, but I finally, Keith, my friend, finally come over with his backhoe yesterday, and I cut it up, bucked it up probably a few weeks back, and was able to get it all bucked up, and he was able to get it, and we put it over on the trailer and unload it with also we had a storm that just come through. Most of you probably had it about last week or so. And we lost power for 90 hours, for almost 4 days, and actually lost our water for about 110 hours because our well was on a whole different grid, and I think it was probably the last piece of the electricity that was put in place in the Ozarks in north central Arkansas. But I don't know if you can see, but Kelly come to join us, and but anyways, we got our electricity back, but it's just been a busy time. We're trying to get some things in motion, so I haven't really been videoing lately, but we were finally able to get this elm log, and during that storm, and a pretty decent sized maple tree fell over by a bridge, and I was able to get that and buck it, and I'm going to show you where we're at. But today I'm going to mill up these elm logs, and there's more over there, but I'm going to get these two, and then later on this week or whatever, I'm going to try to get these maple, and I'll do it in two. I'll do the elm log in this video, and the maples in the next video. And I have not ever done a maple log either, so I'm looking forward to them. But I've been wanting to get an elm log, and this thing's pretty decent size. The diameter is about 22.5 inches that way, and when you got this crotch, it's close to 35. I still may need to cut off, if I'm not already cutting it off with the camera, a piece over here. Let me give you a better angle at it. I'm going to do the two logs. There's the second one. Here's the first one. I may still need to cut off a little bit. It's a little over 35 inches, and it probably will catch. But this is a nice size log. Here you can see, even though this elm's been down quite a bit, it looks like it's pretty solid. It's got a little bit of, where are we at here? A little bit of checking right here. The pith, there's kind of the pith there. A little bit of rot there, but this seems like a pretty solid log. It looks pretty hefty. Does anybody ever get nervous when they're milling up a log? I mean, look at this hump here. It just looks like a massive hunk of muscle. It's kind of like this log is saying, yeah, give it your best shot, pal. But we're going to do that. But this is something I've been looking forward to get some nice elm. Like I said, here's that second one. Here's the maple, some little curls and bows in it, but I'm hoping to get some nice figure in this maple. Here's the butt end of the stump here, and even got some molting going on. The lighting may not be the greatest, and it's got a pretty big bow, but nevertheless I still think we can get some good lumber out of it. Here's some more of this elm log. So we got some nice logs. This one's a pretty massive log right here, probably at 23-inch diameter, 8 feet maybe. I got them. This thing was bowed, the whole tree, so I got some short pieces, some 6 feet, 7 feet, 5 feet, 8 feet, and got a little bit of a couple cherry logs also. This one's going to be unique. It's got a lot of sapwood. As you can see, if you can see, a lot of sapwood from right here to here, but I'm looking forward to this crotch figure that's going to be in this cherry log. And over the year, we cut down that big oak tree in our front yard. We'll show that a little later on. It was a lot of rot in the center of it. But today we're going to mill up these elm logs. I'm thinking 10 quarter And I want to show you one more thing. Well, I really didn't have to do it on this one, but you know, I watched a video yesterday from Robert Milton from Hobby Hardwood, and what was interesting, you know, he gave insight to something that I've seen done, but nobody ever explained it. But you know, sometimes before anybody takes their first cut on the logs, they use the log levelers, which we have here, but I didn't really need them on this log, to level out the log. And you know, I've done that many times, but there's times I didn't do it because I'm just like, well, you know, I'm just going to get some good pieces, and didn't think anything that it really mattered. It was just like preference of whether you mill from the butt end or the wide end or the more narrow end. But he brought in some insight that was very unique, and I've never heard anybody give the reason why they do that. And so if you have a chance, go to Hobby Hardwood, Alabama. It was his last video, unless he's done one since. And the reason they do it is that helps the checking, or that helps the warping, is to mill it parallel to the ground, or I'm sorry, parallel to the bark, and not so much parallel to the pith or to the center. But if you, the way the tree grows, if you get the best side and you parallel that log on the first cut, that gives a less stress on the woods than if you just try to straighten it out and flatten it before you turn it. And I thought that interesting, and you know, Robert has a lot of insight, and he's a very mature sawyer, and you know, I appreciate that, because I've seen many people do it, but they never explained the necessity of doing it. So I always thought it was just a preference, and so sometimes I did it and sometimes I didn't do it. So I appreciate these mature guys helping us young bucks out a bit. And so if you have a chance, go check out Hobby Hardwood, Alabama. You know, he's up in Huntsville, and he's pretty close to, my wife come from Gaston, Alabama, which is maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours south of Huntsville. So he's an Alabaman, and I've lived 6 years in Alabama. It's a great state, but now we're in north central Arkansas. Without further ado, let's get a mill on this elm tree log. That didn't sound good. What in the world happened? We had the belt fall off. I wonder if that happened over here. I probably was sliding against this, and I should have cut more off, and I forced it. I forgot to put the cover on the other side. This is why it's not a simple task to do this in film. You've got so much on your mind, and not what sometimes needs to be. Well, I gotta. Okay, so far the musclehead elm here has scored a point because it knocked my belt off, and but I still got 2 cuts, and I'm going to go for the 3rd now. right, now we run out of gas. Right, this elm has not disappointed. I am ecstatic about what it looks like. I can't wait to see what it looks like. There's a little bit of water. That getting it all over me. Which is what I did. Excuse me. Alright, let's check out some of this figure. That's beautiful. Like I said, it has not disappointed. I was hoping for some nice figure and different colors and some dark colors, and wow. And then this crotch wood is also phenomenal. Got some crack in there. Have to do some epoxy and maybe underneath some bow ties or something. But whew, that's beautiful. There's that piece. It's got some nice, where's my finger at? There it is. It's got some nice bark inclusion right up there. Yeah, nice knot and figure. Let's check out their next cut, what it's gonna look like. Wow. Bark inclusion, just excellent figure, and you can have some bookends with this and that last one. If you turn that last one over, you'll have a bookend of this one. Well, that'll be phenomenal. So we're looking about 32 1/4 at the wide end. I'd say 20 inches minus the bark. It flares out a little bit to about 21 inches. So I'm excited about this log. I'm going to have to turn it over and finish milling it. Wow, that was loud. All right, well, there you have it for this video. I'm still going to later on mill up that other log. I may take some pictures, but I got this one done. I ended up getting a belt on. It seems to be running fine. There's a bolt in there that's has an Allen wrench to be able to take off the band wheel, and it's getting stripped. So actually it is stripped, so next time I have to take the band wheel off, I'm going to have an issue. But that's, I guess it comes with the territory. But I think you can join us. If you know, it would help if you could subscribe to the channel. I'm going to continue milling these elms, and I'll probably do a few more videos with elm in the future. And you know, one of my next videos is going to be those maple logs that I got those elm slabs on. I'm going to sticker these somewhere and put them away and get ready on this next one. But I hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time.